Okay, hi and welcome to the Cyberholic tutorial 1.1.1, where I'm transporting my old blog website into Winter CMS, coming from October CMS. So if you want to create your own blog, web page, or news portal, whatever, then this video series might be of help to you. So we are going directly into the dashboard and of the backend. There you click on CMS. Once that page is loaded, you will see on the left side the new submenu popping up on the left. Let's get a quick overview about, if you don't know what these parts mean. Usually we'll start with the layouts. The layouts of Winter CMS are like the main structure of your website. So if I open up, for example, default HTML, then you're going to see that it really looks like a standard HTML website with a head, title, all the meta tags, and etc. So this is the main structure of your website. You define that in the layouts. You can have as many layouts as you want. So depending on the page that you want to show, or the main structure of the page that you want to show, you can define them in here. So yeah, just in case that you would like to have some more dynamic web page structure. So the layouts is the first thing that we are going to take a look at. Within the layouts, if you look down here, there's the twig page tag, and this tag inserts pages. You could guess it. So I go up here to pages, and currently we have these 5 pages created. You also can see the URL where this page can be called from. And in our case, or if you create a new layout, the first page that it's going to look at is the root. So this is this is the first page that you're going to have. You can call it whatever you want. The title is different in this case. It's not home or whatever. You can change that as you dig more into the back end of Winter CMS. You will see that you can also change the title, descriptions for SEO, etc. So this comes all already integrated with Winter CMS. Okay, so we have the layouts. Coming from the layouts, or within the layouts, are going to be included pages. And within the pages, you can see it right here. Just let me, I'm working here on the Raspberry Pi 400. The screen resolution is not so high. As you can see here, on top of this page of the root demonstration page, on top of it, there is this tag content. This means insert in here the content, content coming from the page, from the file welcome.htm. So if we go to the left, back to the left, you will see there's this content submenu. You click on it, and there is the welcome.htm. So in theory, all that this does is insert this file in here. Maybe a coin drops now for you, because usually in like PrestaShop, Joomla, Drupal, these things are called modules, hooks. I don't know how they are called anywhere else, like in Typo3, etc. But this is like, this allows you to insert this part, or this in this case, this content, this text content, wherever you want without having to rewrite the code or the content. So this is something that I really do love about Winter CMS, and also, yeah, October CMS had that already. When I learned about October CMS, I love this, because if we take a look at the default HTML, but usually your websites, you have hundreds and thousands of lines of code, and this one is only 41 lines big, so long. So because in here are inserted partials. You can see on the left are partials. I'm going to talk in a moment about the difference of them. So you can really insert content wherever you want and repeat it. And if by any chance you have to change something, You don't have to go through all the pages and change them manually, but also just need to change it in one file. Okay, so just repeating it, we have the layouts. Inside the layout, you will find the pages, and the pages can contain partials, and they can contain content. And partials can also contain content. So what's the difference about this? The difference is this, that a partial is like, let's call it a block. You can already see here, this comes from the demo page that is already inserted. Let me just go through it in here so that you can see it. This is the demo layout. Okay, so this is a partial. This calculator is a partial, and in here is a small partial so this is a content. Here you see it, and in there is a partial that contains that has this partial called results. So whatever you fill out in this form in here will only update this partial. This is a standard Ajax procedure, so as you can see it over here on the title. So you don't have to load the whole page, but only just parts of the page. Obviously this makes surfing faster. The usability gets a high response. You just don't have to wait seconds or longer for content to appear. So you have layouts. Within the layouts, you have the pages, and within pages, you have those partials and content. I'm not going to mention content too much because I don't like it. Hate me. The thing about content is there's only one very, very good thing that I understood until now about content is the translations. Because the thing is that when you create content, you go to add and give it a name. Here it is. And you could name it, for example, intro.htm. And then you would have a very minimalistic, basic HTML editor that cannot be compared to the IDE that Winter CMS comes with. So, for example, now you could think, oh, okay, I just can write whatever I want in here. But as you can see, there's no auto clause feature, nothing, because this is just a standard, like an ordinary field. So still nothing new. But now when I close this file and open it again, then there should be a very, very simple editor that I hate. Here it is. I think that the idea behind content is to offer parts of your website that text editors, journalists, or whoever, let's call them non-developers, can edit. As you can see, you have a very, very basic editor that allows you to insert images, links, etc. So for this it's great, but as I'm seeing it as I'm seeing Winter CMS coming from a developer-friendly point of view, I don't like this. So the thing is that if I, for example, enter in here, create a new content called intro.txt, then I get a markdown editor. So depending on and I think there were 1 or 2 more file extensions like MD, I think, if I remembered correctly. I haven't looked into the Winter CMS documentation. I remember this from like 2 years ago from October CMS, and I did not like that. Really, it's I just like it. So maybe you can put some comments beneath here, and then tell me why you should use it. The only really good thing that I see about the content is that once that you have there's a translation plugin available for Winter CMS. Once that you have that installed, you could create for something like that. Let's say you have this file intro.htm. Oh, it's going to be editor now. I hate this. Okay, this is in English. Hello. hello, save it. And then you could create super easily something like this. If you want to translate this file, all you need to do is create a new file and call it intro dot, for example, fr.html for, how do you say hello in French? Bonjour, that's good day. Allo, allo. I don't know if it's written like that. So once that you have this plugin installed, he checks if the file that should be shown has this type of file extension, or the syntax, let's call it syntax in this case. And if it's found, then it's going, depending on the language that the user selected, it's going to find it in there. Okay. So now you know that how the content structure is, and let's start. After I think like 30 minutes, let's start developing. Okay, so the first thing that I always do is, just because I don't want the main structure of the HTML website, I delete all the stuff. The only thing that I keep, let me zoom in so that you can see it. The only thing that I keep, I delete the header, I delete this section tag, and I delete the footer. For the sake of my minimal language and development, I know that since I think now approximately 10 years, I think, the HTML consortium W3, the masters of the internet, of the MOS internet universe, they have defined new HTML structures that you can follow and that you should follow. I just don't like it. You have seen those tags like header, there are tags for article, you have seen the one for section, etc. I'm just writing them down here without a sense. So I don't use this. It's not that I understand it. I understand that if you are super deep into SEO, then you should use them, because as far as I know, there are search algorithms that are implementing in certain languages. You can implement from websites, for example, the items or the header, and then the systems know, okay, this is like an article, this is for a product, this is an article for news, this is an item, etc. That's nice and that's awesome, but I never went too deep into it. So yeah, if you follow it, please follow it and keep up the good work, because I'm dirty. Okay, so we have the page. We are currently including jQuery and Bootstrap. I don't want Bootstrap. You're going to see in a minute why not. So we are including jQuery, and we are including this app.js coming from the assets. The assets, on the other hand, can be found here on the menu to the left. So if I click there, you can see here are all our assets. JavaScript is the one with the app.js, and there's a small code right now in there with a tooltip selection, and here's the jQuery, the typical jQuery ready for what should happen once the page is loaded. This is the auto hide navigation function. If you go to the website, you can see that once that I start to scroll down, the menu on the top is going to disappear. So this is the auto hide function, but we are going to remove all of this. So now that we are in here, let's remove this. I just keep the jQuery document ready in here, because we are certainly going to need this. Okay. Okay, so the tooltip selector, we don't keep this, because we are going to use a framework CSS, a CSS framework that comes with its own tooltips. So yeah. Okay, I think this is the minimum now for the app.js. Here it is. We keep that, and currently we also keep You know, we are going to put in here the newest one. So if you look at this path, you can see that yeah, it's inside assets vendor jQuery. If you work with Composer, know how to work with Composer or any other NPM, I don't know, whatever you can use to update the plugins of your project, of your local project, then you should keep it like that so that you really update always the vendor folder. I'm not going to use this one. We're not going to use in this video series, we're not going to use Bootstrap. We are definitely going to use Font Awesome and jQuery. But just for the sake of if you are new into this and yeah, and don't know what to do or what to use, or how to integrate, for example, jQuery, we are going to do it. I'm going to do it the old school way, and yeah, and integrate it through a network. How do you call it? A network distributor, like CDN or JDeliver or whatever. You're going to see it in a second. So currently we are loading this locally, and you should prefer this. So for this development series, I'm going to use a so-called network provider, a plugin provider. For this, you can simply go to, let's Google for, where is it? Google for, let me Google, because I'm on DuckDuck currently. Yeah. So we are going to Google for, this is in Spanish. Okay, we are going to Google jQuery CDN, for example. The other releases of jQuery. So this means that you can, where is it? Uncompressed, here it is. Where's the CDN? Is it this one, so that we can integrate? Okay, then let's try it this way. No, we're not going to try it this way, because currently I'm afraid that we are going to download it and then upload it to our server. Yeah, that's why we are going to do. The only question is, how are we going to do it? No. We are going to use the minified version and save it on our, right in here. Yeah, right in here, save it. Save it locally and upload it like this. Just give me a second. You go to assets. And I'm going to not put it in vendor, but going to put it in JavaScript, in the JavaScript folder, and upload it there. As I said, if you use any Composer-like tool to update your plugins, then you should put them in the inside the, how is it called? Inside the vendor folder. But we are going to do it like this. So instead of vendor, we are going to write in here JavaScript. And then jQuery minus 3.6.0 min GS. Okay. Save that. There's a space here, assets. Okay, save that. Now I update this. There should also already appear the first layout problems, because we have removed the JavaScript for the header navigation. Now I go to with Control U, I go to the source code and simply scroll down to where the scripts are. Here it is. Click on it, and hopefully you see this minified minified version of jQuery, so I know it's working and it's in there. The next thing that we are going to do is I already removed what was it called? Bootstrap. Yeah, Bootstrap is gone. That's fantastic. Snowboard all might sound a little bit strange to you. It did to me, to be honest, because when you come from October CMS, usually you will find something called framework extras, and Snowboard All is like the framework extras of October CMS. This Snowboard All tag inserts some Ajax functions and some sexiness into Winter CMS, making your life easier in development. So you can find that on the documentation of Winter CMS. So we now have just a simple page. And if I go now to the layout section, sorry, not to the pages section, we have the demonstration page. And in here, I'm going to create everything. Hello world. Just let me go through this. No, this is really just like the text from them, the Ajax page loading, etc. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So just make it like this. Hello world. Save it. Then we are going to rename this page, not demonstration, but your site name, in my case, Saraholic. Let me check the other stuff. Home.html is okay. I have no description written and no text. Okay, perfect. Close this one, make it smaller. So we should have this really a hello world right now. If I go to the front end, there it is. What? Hello? Where is the rest? I haven't saved the page over. Why does this not work? No, I am this. I have been on the Ajax page, not the root of the page, the main website. So here comes the front end, and here you see it, hello world. Why is there a hello world if we are just wrote hello world? This means that somewhere here should be a hello. Where is it? Where's the hello? Am I blind or what? Here it is. From the last video, from the 1.1.1.0, I had also introduced you into the code part of what is it called? Winter CMS. Okay, so now we really should just have the hello world, and that's it. Perfect. The next thing that I do is include my favorite CSS framework called semantic-ui. Semantic-ui is a CSS framework that allows you to integrate super easy, super fast, super quick certain layouts to your buttons, to your forms. It comes with a grid system so that you can really have some structure in your website. The problem with semantic UI is that it has not been updated for quite some time. So some people have forked semantic UI into something that is called fomantic-ui.com. Okay, so as long as there is no new update coming from semantic UI, you should use fomantic UI. As you have seen right now, semantic is in version 2.4 point, I don't know. I have forgotten, I can't remember it. And this is already in 2.8.8. And it hasn't already also not been updated for some weeks, as far as I can remember. But they have integrated some nice features that you can see here on the left in the menu with the blue dots, like emojis, whether you like it or not. The slider is super beautiful, and the toast function is super beautiful. If you remember, I told you that I removed the tooltip function from within the JavaScript in our backend because Fomantic UI comes with an integrated pop-up where you can imitate a beautiful tooltip. So when you have a button and want to explain something with that button. What we are going to do right now is go into integrations. No, where is it? Here on top, getting started. Because here, if I remember correctly, you will have a CDN that allows you to immediately install it, put it on your page. Here they are: JS deliver, CNS, and unpackage. So we are going down here in a moment. Is going to pop up the code. So once that you are on that page, all you need to do is copy that code, and I'm going to show it to you in a second. Where is it? Come on, Raspberry. Raspberry, what's wrong with you? My Raspberry is tired. Here it is. Okay, so as you can read here, you must include jQuery before Fomantic. Usually that's they also have included jQuery through JS deliver in the 3.3 version. I think we had the 3.6 if I remember it correctly, right? So it's a little bit fresher, 3.6.0. Okay, first of all, we are going to include this style sheet into our website. For this, we copy it, go to our head, and integrate it right in here. I have seen that I've missed something because there is this. What? I haven't set. Have I turned off fluidness? No, it breaks. Okay, this is a problem. As you can see, I have word wrap activated, and I don't like that. I want things fluid, so I go up here to my backend preferences on the top of the page. Yeah, you first should have your tools set up correctly before starting something like that. So code editor. Off. So the word wrap is now turned off. Save it. Word wrap is now turned off. Then I go back to CMS. From within CMS, we should now be able to include this external CSS link without a problem. So I go to layouts. In layouts, I go to default. And yeah, this looks just like how I want it. Okay, so you really just have it like that. Perfect. JS deliver. There it is. Perfect. Okay, so we have included the style sheet. Let me just go into assets, CSS, CM, SSS. SSSS. Oh, Vladimir Putin would like me to hear saying this shit. Stop the war, motherfucker. So, okay, where is it? Assets. Then going back to the Cascade style sheet folder. Here it is. Theme CSS. Okay, we are using the Lato because Fomantic UI comes with its own font. I'm going to remove this, call out danger, all the things that you use with Bootstrap usually. Oh yeah. Oh Jesus, this is big. The navbar. Okay, you know, a part of the last thing, padding top, I'm going to remove everything. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to keep the body padding top, because I'm planning on doing a mobile-only website and having the menu on top. So you need the space, as far as I can remember, you need this space to, otherwise the text or your content would be behind the body. You know what? No, I'm going to remove this and maybe we're going to put in a container later on. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so I keep you should keep the file theme.css in case that you want to add your own styles for your page, for your page elements. Okay, so now we have inserted the CSS and now we are missing the main part of Fomantic please don't get too nervous if you read in here semantic, because if you check the npm folder, it's Fomantic. It's just like the people of Fomantic have written it also in the GitHub, on their GitHub page, that as soon as semantic is going to be updated, they're going to go back to semantic. Okay, so you should put it in here. First you will load jQuery, then we are going to load Fomantic, and then we can load our own codes. So there's no problem, you know, if you use, there would be no problem with same text or whatever. So this should be the main thing. And if I go now to our page, to the main starting page where we wrote just hello, there it is. Then I write down here a typical HTML button. This is how you would write a typical HTML button. Type as button or submit. I'm going just to put it as button. Save it. And this is how you would style such a button with the semantic or Fomantic CSS. Simply you use the same thing like button or submit or whatever, but then come the class UI and then button. Button, I was thinking about a color or whatever. Yeah, just let's start exactly this way. Wow, right there. UI red button. Now we are going to update our website. And you will see a standard HTML button. And next to it, the button with no text because I forgot it. Okay, here it is. Press me. Going back to the front page, upload it, refresh it. And there it is. You already see the difference. It's way more beautiful and comes also with this, you know, if you hover or click on it, then it's going to change. You can change all of this. Just to give you a small introduction or a glimpse of how things can work out. For example, UI red icon button, if I would like to have an icon in here. And Fomantic UI and semantic-ui come directly with integrated font awesome 5.6. I don't know what version. It's not the newest one, but yeah, it should fit with your main needs. So I equal class equal let's call it home icon. So if you know how to work with Font Awesome, then you recognize this. I'm going to refresh it and you're going to see. I forgot something. Ha! Do you see there's absolutely no space between the home and the press? Because it's not only an icon, it's also labeled. So you have to define that. And here we go. See it? So now you have an icon with a darker red and then the text beneath it. This is Fomantic semantic-ui. This is the framework, CSS framework that I work with. So if you do it like that, or use it like that, then you are going to have super easy and super quick first results for your layout. I think this is it for this video. So we have deleted everything from this page. Let me change the title into Cyberholic. You can already see here on this part, you see in the twig curly brackets, this page title and October CMS also, but Winter CMS comes with a lot of variables that you can use out of the system. So you can see that this page meta description is going to be inserted in here automatically, coming from, if we go to the Cyberholic and go to, where is it? Here, meta description. So whatever you write in here, that it should be filled in there. So there are plenty of variables that are going to make your page more dynamic, getting the content from several variables that you can use that Winter CMS offers you. Okay, so now that we have this clean page, I think the next video is going to be about the plugin, because I'm going to include the first plugin even without having designed anything on my page, because I know right away that I want to create a mobile-only website. This should be no hurdle for you. You can just ignore installing this plugin and using it, but it might be a good way to see how the plugins with Winter CMS work like, and how you can integrate them and what they are capable of doing for you, making your life easier. Thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.